Cats of all shapes and sizes, from the American bobcat to the African lion, can be found in the January edition of the BBC Wildlife magazine. And next Friday on BBC Two, you can see wildlife filmmakers John and Simon King's latest animal drama, which follows the adventures of Kana the otter. That's on Friday evening at 8 o'clock on BBC Two. In 10 minutes here on BBC One, a jovial session of television bingo in Bob's Christmas Full House. First, the news.
The headlines this evening. After the disasters in Armenia, Clapham and Lockerbie, the Queen issues an additional Christmas message. Our hearts and prayers go out to the injured and bereaved. In Lockerbie, the sad preparations for Christmas as the search for the dead goes on. And an oil tanker is now safely under control after 8 hours adrift in North Sea storms. The Queen has recorded an unprecedented additional Christmas message to express her sympathy for those affected by the recent series of major disasters. She explained that normally her Christmas Day message is recorded well in advance. This year, after she'd made the recording, she added that we had all been shocked and distressed by the worst air crash in Britain history at Lockerbie, the serious train accident at Clapham, and in Armenia, a terrible earthquake.
All three came with great suddenness and destroyed the lives of many people who were looking forward to celebrating Christmas with their families and friends. So there are many homes today where the joy of Christmas has been darkened by a cloud of sadness and grief. Our hearts and prayers go out to those who have been injured and bereaved. And it is my hope that the eternal message of Christmas will bring some comfort in the hour of sadness.
In Lockerbie, the search for the dead and clues to the disaster will continue throughout Christmas.
3 days after the crash, and the search for bodies is still not over. All day long they've been arriving in Lockerbie. Many have not yet been identified. This morning, relatives of the American dead were taken to the place where the Pan Am jet scarred the town. With the aircraft wreckage, many personal belongings have been collected. They cannot be returned to the bereaved until the desperately difficult process of identifying bodies is over. The search of the country around Lockerbie will continue throughout Christmas. For these men and for all those touched by disaster, there will not be much merriment. Broken pieces of the aircraft are spread throughout the fields and woods of this part of the border. Accident investigators will get detailed information from larger chunks like this part of the wing. This piece of the wing is about 6 miles from the crater in the town. The cockpit and flight deck of the Jumbo is about a mile in the opposite direction. So many pieces of wreckage are spread over such a large area that it's doubtful everything will be found. 600 people are involved in the search for bodies and for debris, which could prove whether terrorists really did destroy the Pan Am flight. There have been understandable problems of coordination. A job of this size stretches salvage and rescue services to their limits. The dry stone walls surrounding the field where the 747's nose cone lies are being taken down. It is the first stage of the operation to remove the wreck to the laboratory for even more rigorous examination.
Despite the tragedy, the town of Lockerbie has been preparing for Christmas, and many American relatives of the crash victims have been visiting the area.
As the searching continued on the hills above Lockerbie, the townspeople did their best to carry on with their Christmas preparations. This tight-knit community of 3,000 people is still trying to come to terms with the disaster that struck on Wednesday night. The wreaths continue to arrive outside the town hall with messages of sympathy both for the town and for the passengers who died. One of the 20 bereaved relatives who've arrived from America explained why they felt they had to come.
First and foremost, to assist in the identification process of the bodies, and for our own personal need to be near our loved ones. Everybody's, the whole town, everybody's been very helpful. The town itself is going through a major trauma, and, everyone's just been fantastic. Everybody's helping everybody else.
In Lockerbie this Christmas Eve, there's little enthusiasm for tomorrow's festivities. Are you still going to be able to celebrate Christmas?
Not really. I don't feel it's like Christmas at all. I feel all unsettled and